it's in order for individuals to actually target you or bully on YouTube, they will need your pictures or videos from Instagram and Facebook. I don't, I hope I said that correctly. They're gonna need assistance. They're gonna need like access to your Facebook or to your Instagram in order to be successful in targeting and cyberbullying you. Because that was the only way they could get me, is actually they went to my Facebook, because I was mentioning 20 East, 20 East, 20 East. So they went to Facebook, went in the search engine, typed 20 East, 20 East Media Sports, all right? And then that page came up. So they went and clicked on some videos, and on my StreamYard on Facebook, I use my government name. I just, everything I did on Facebook, I use my government name. So they saw my government name on the StreamYard. They're like, okay, all right. So that's his name. So all they have to do is take your name and go like to a software, a check software like People's Finders or True Finders, and type your name in there, and then boom, they get your age range. Say if you look somewhere between 45 and 50, they can type it. If they know the state you're in, boom. So there you go. Your government name, state, and your age range. They go to True Finders, type that in, and there all the information comes up. So you have to really be mindful of what information that you put out on Facebook and Instagram, because in order for anyone to touch you on YouTube, they will need additional information that's not available on YouTube. They will have to go to one of the platforms, or if not both, to acquire the information to use against you, to target you on YouTube. I hope I explained that well.
Yes, and another thing, unfortunately, and I'm beginning to learn a lot of information. If we're going to be honest, we give ourselves because we may experience something that is similar, and we look to others as a support system because we've experienced the same thing. But unfortunately, there are some, not all, when they get angry, or if you may get a little bit more of attention, and this goes for men and women alike, they would use what you have entrusted with them, and that's another means. So I because again, and because I went through, I don't want to see anyone go through with that. But at the same time, just because you may get angry or you may see things a different way, that's what communication is about. It doesn't mean you go and basically put the dagger in their back. If you're going to do it, at least have a conversation first before you run to social media, because everyone will have their own opinion. And for the most part, well, with the exception of a couple of weeks ago, most of us really don't know one another. We haven't met. So we just have to be careful with releasing too much information, because there are some. And when Coach D comes back, and Armando, you already know that just give them a piece of information. Depending upon how savvy they are, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So I just implore people, careful. There's some things you're not going to be able to avoid. With the age of technology and AI, which is artificial intelligence, if you can get your information about your bank by a simple voice command, or have you by your and asking you if you like financial property and things like that. Um, Getting away from it isn't that easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go
Absolutely.
ahead and mute my mic.
And there's also something else that you want to watch out for. And I just, you know, a lot of people ask me on the back end, Armando, why you only do cash giveaways or uh, trips? We content creators that are giving away laptops, TVs, uh, giving away things that have to be shipped to your home. And you have to watch out for that, because if you fall out with that certain content creator, then guess what? That content creator has not only do they have your name, they have your current address. So you really have to be careful, And another thing, like when you befriend people or you get cool with someone on YouTube or any Facebook, Instagram, whatever, it could be any of the platforms. You really have to be careful with um, sharing a lot of information with those individuals. You have to be very careful. Now, not saying that it won't happen. I mean, because if y'all are cool for like a good 6 months, anywhere close to a year or whatever, you feel comfortable with them some information, or hey, you open up with them about some personal things or whatever, then you know it feels right, it doesn't feel right. If you can't meet a person on Monday and then the following Monday you're telling them, giving them like a full rundown on your background, where you were born, where you come from, what school you went to. You can't do that. You have to be very careful. So that's another way that a lot of people are getting doxxed. They were cool with someone at one time, and then they fall out. Then next thing you know, they're putting your business out there. Another thing is you I wouldn't advise getting into no intimate relationship with anyone on social media. I'm all about, you meet someone the old fashioned way. Yeah, I wouldn't even if I was single, I wouldn't do the date naps. I wouldn't fool with the date naps. I'm just old fashioned. I believe in meeting someone the old fashioned way. Meet them, out at the store or at a park, or just meet them, randomly meet them. But to like actually hook up with someone personally, romantically, that you met on social media, oh, you're playing a dangerous game there. Not saying that they wouldn't work, because there are some people that have found their soulmates on social media, believe it or not. So, but that percentage is very small. But because of this cyberbullying problem has become worse, me personally, I wouldn't do it. Because if you hook up with that person romantically and y'all do what you do, and then you fall out, someone is going to get bitter, someone is getting angry, someone is going to get vindictive, and someone running their mouth and telling all business. So, I'm just, they're, hook all social media, hook up, it's all good in the beginning, and then when one person fall out with the other, all hell break loose. Then all the business is put out there. Stuff that we should.
So I want to flip flopping alliances that when things began rocky.
Okay. Okay.
Behind it, and a lot of this, and I believe it goes on now from what I've heard earlier, there's always going to be one or two in certain areas that are agents of chaos. And they will attach themselves to certain individuals almost like chattel. And that's not being disrespectful at all, but they will for personal gain, and then something will happen and there's a big shakeup. And myself, at least 3 times, at least in the areas in which I travel. And as I said earlier, and again, I'm waiting for Dee Row to come back. The connection gets like this, or they come up with no word. But if you see it happen, meaning you mend your fences, then opportunity you're in. Say about that.
I had that. It's funny you said I had that experience with one particular content creator where cool, we fell out, then we got back cool, and right now currently I wouldn't say fell out, I wouldn't say we've fallen out. It's just right now I decided to go my separate way because I didn't like the direction that individual was trying to take my platform. And it wasn't like a nasty fallout or anything like that. It's just that I'm going in a different direction than that individual wanted to go. It seemed like that individual was more concerned about another individual's feeling versus the actual purpose of us actually just in the beginning, and that's fighting against cyberbullying. Once again, like I said earlier, you have to actually really you see though, I don't want to tell people, hey, if you meet someone that you care about, or if you meet someone and you bond with someone on social media, never ever open up or decide to meet up or date that person. Because like I said, there have been situations where Two people have met on social media, and they met up and went out. They enjoyed and they bonded and they got married. That has happened before. So I don't want to totally discourage anyone from, like, hey, don't ever, you don't want to say never, want to say never. But people evolve. People evolve. Mine in your situation was different. I was being fed a bunch of BS about you. I was being lied to. I mean, there was a one-sided story being told, and I never really had a chance to hear your side. Now I heard some of the things that you were saying, but I heard you, but I didn't listen. I hope I put that. I hope I put that as plain as I can say. I heard you, but I didn't listen. Then, as time went on, I actually started listening to what you were saying and the warnings the subliminal warnings that you were sending to me. And you called it. You called everything pretty much that you predicted. You predicted how it would happen, why it would happen. The only thing you didn't predict was when it would happen, and it actually happened sooner than later. And had I actually would have met you on a different setting or whatever, I think we would have, we would have been real good. We would have been very cool with each other. But that was just
fine, because I went at you too, and see, I will fight back. But it took me a while to get up after going through what I did. And again, the first rule for anyone, if this happens, is document. You get as much information possible, report it to YouTube, and then if you're able to communicate to that person to let them know, you have to put them on notice that their comments are unwarranted and unsolicited. So it could never be asked or speculated that they had no idea what they were doing or saying was a problem. So that's the first thing. Dealing with YouTube, that's a dice game. I do what I need to do as far as record keeping, meaning laying the platform. After that, I go off and let it be handled that way. And that is why my page was able to be monitored. And again, I'm not sure if you heard me earlier. I mentioned there are some that have batteries placed in their backs, and they don't even realize, they don't pay attention to being done. And a lot of people are having things done unbeknownst to other people. And you're allowing other people to cause you to go to a different level of Pandora's box. I mean, it is, to me, become so dark now where, to be prudent and responsible, allegedly there are people paying others for certain things.
Yep.
And I've never heard of that on social media. That is street activity, in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic and let you discuss that aspect.
Situation like that, then it becomes more organized. When when you have someone actually hiring other people
that act like a fucking teenager. That is the goofiest shit I ever seen. Like, come on.